help Matt if one day he just wakes up curled in a ball on the driveway, right?
He'd be fine. Don't worry about it. Are you really taking this shit serious? I'm starting to get worried for you. I really am. I'm really concerned that you believe all this shit.
Crazy. What if these items start going missing or something like that? And
she'd be fine. Don't worry about it.
The objects in this room here have had dire effects on people. People have
diarrhea,
been maimed, have been killed. People have wound up in mental institutions because of many of the things that are right in this building here.
Okay,
oh God, I think, you know, if you no, I can't say it. I'll end up being cancelled. But you know where I'm going with this. They're films, they're fiction.
if you thought those are horrifying, well, guess what? They're true.
Oh, come on!
After watching this video, I want to move into the woods, away from society, if society is going like this. Today, we're going to be talking about the Warrens Museum, which people keep asking me to talk about. I don't want to talk about it, but this video came up and it just rattled my cage. I can't believe people are this dumb. So let's get into it. So much research could have been done to this. It's readily available. I'm a dumbass, and I was able to get the information. Why can't you? Here we go.
For 40 years, Ed and Lorraine Warren have committed their lives to the study and teaching of paranormal activity in its multitude of forms.
Okay, right. If you say so.
The most haunted area in the world. That's what I would say.
That is one big pile of shit.
I would say that it is one of the most haunted areas because of the many things here, Tony.
Ed is the king of trust me, bro.
Everything in here has been taken
from Goodwill and charity shops. There's a picture here which is kind of scaring me because I want to know what the story is behind this picture, because I have one by pure flipping accident. I know I buy replicas from that you know, are similar to those items in a paranormal museum, but quite honestly, I didn't know this picture was part of it. I actually just bought it for the art, not this one.
Some place where people were either killed or maimed, or so many ways.
Fucking hell. A skull with a star on it. It looks like it came from Party City.
I have just bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren's Home and Occult Museum.
That is a comedian, and that is fucking funny. That you would spend that much money on a big wooden house.
So Matt Rife just came out with a huge announcement. He just purchased Ed and Lorraine Warren's home. This includes their old occult museum and the entire collection inside of it.
Oh, don't your bollocks!
No. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're going to go further into the video and read a statement from Instagram from Matt Wright saying that he bought the house, the museum, and is legal guardian for 5 years of the items, which means they didn't buy them. They don't own the items. You could have looked that up, couldn't you?
No.
Including Annabelle the doll.
No.
No, he doesn't own that either. He's a legal guardian for 5 years. That is it.
Why do I do this to myself?
I don't know.
He doesn't own them. He doesn't own the Annabelle doll. Boy, are we getting into the Annabelle doll. I just don't want to.
Clearly he has lost his mind. Is he doing this for some kind of joke? Because that museum and the artifacts inside are very, very deadly.
Oh, come on!
Well, because
Deadly. I didn't know Goodwill and charity shops were deadly, to be honest with you, because that's where I think most of these items came from. When you think about it, there's so many items, there's 750. And of all the stories that have been told, I've never seen a physical piece of fucking evidence. But people just want to believe the scary shit that's been spilled out about the Warrens Museum. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
covering that and more only in today's video.
And you're going to scare the shit out of your viewers, which I'm going to call you out for.
I have just bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren's Home and Occult Museum. This
You must have been high as a fucking kite the day you done that.
might be the most important and prominent piece of paranormal history. This is about as big as it gets.
Well done.
So comedian Matt Rife just went and bought Ed and Lorraine Warren's old house. If you don't know who Ed and Lorraine Warren are, they're famous demonologists and paranormal experts.
Oh, down your bollocks!
No. Ed is a self-appointed demonologist, and they're not paranormal experts because nobody knows exactly what the paranormal is. So how can you be an expert?
The Conjuring movies are based off of their real-life stories and cases.
And they're fucking films. They're films. They're fiction.
If you thought those are horrifying, well, guess what? They're true.
Come on!
And you said that with a straight face. I'm genuinely worried about society. I really fucking am. I think the education system has definitely failed us. And this is coming from a fucking complete and utter dumbass, like myself.
The basement of the home is what is considered the Warrens Occult Museum.
Say that again. Say it again. With a straight face.
Those are horrifying. Well, guess what? They're true.
They're
the
not.
basement of the home is...
Are you fucking stupid?
This is the Occult Museum. It's separate from the house. There's a tunnel, or they call it the tunnel. It's just a hallway attaching it to the main house. This is not a basement. Fucking hell.
I can't take this.
We're in for a bumpy ride here, folks.
what is considered the Warrens Occult Museum. Hundreds of thousands of haunted items are kept there.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Some have been shipped to Ed and Lorraine Warren to keep them there. Ed has said before that you can't really destroy the evil. Instead, they have just found a way to contain the evil.
Look, here's the thing. Fine. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Oh, God. How does this make sense? This Annabelle doll, It's in a glass case to contain it, so you can keep demons in a glass case. I don't fuck it.
I'm kind of retarded.
How can you keep demons in a rabbit hutch? Genie Mac. Doesn't make any sense here.
Yogi is a high spiritual person who has a great knowledge of magic. He performs circular ambulism around the worst things in here. You know about these electric fences that the dogs can't go past?
Right.
Well, that's very similar. The prayers do not allow evil to go past a certain area where the prayers have been said. And it
There's nothing scientific backing any of this shit up.
confines it to just the doll or whatever item it might be.
Now, Matt Rife, he's a comedian.
I know. And that was fucking... that's the funniest thing he's ever done. But...
Does he properly know how to keep these items safe? Because
that's probably the next door neighbour and that has a priest outfit, allegedly.
a lot of them have caused people harm and even death. And he posted about this on Instagram. He said, and I quote, "I have officially purchased Ed and Lorraine Warren's home occult museum, including being the legal guardian for at least the next 5 years of the entire haunted collection, including the Annabelle doll."
Are you fucking stupid?
You just debunked yourself, didn't you? I've officially purchased Ed and Lorraine Warren's home and occult museum, including being the legal guardian for at least the next 5 years of the entire haunted collection, including the Annabelle doll. That means they don't own the fucking items.
I can't take this.
Oh, Jesus. It's very, very simple stuff here.
You know me, you know I'm obsessed with the paranormal and all things haunted. You also may know the Conjuring films are my favorite scary movies of all time, so I'm incredibly honored to have taken over one of the most prominent properties in paranormal history. Now, being obsessed with the paranormal is completely different than knowing how to actually handle it properly.
That's very rich coming from you, judging from this video.
Which is insane, because with everything going on right now, the last thing we need is like Annabelle getting loose, and she's currently on tour. Okay, pop off. Or any of the other haunted items in the home getting, you know, the spirit released. So
Come on!
now let's talk about Annabelle and what on earth they're currently doing with her right now, because it's insane.
No one cares!
They're on a tour called the Devils on the Run tour or some stupid shit like that. It's fucking stupid. It's absolutely daft. Go on anyway. Right. Continue.
Real Annabelle doll doesn't quite look like the one from the movie. It's actually an old Raggedy Ann doll, which honestly, there's something about it that is slightly creepier.
One of the most
I'd agree with you there. That's the only thing I agree with you in this video.
Well done.
most famous would be Annabelle. This is a Raggedy Ann doll, except that this doll was used in communication, almost like having a seance.
The real Annabelle was given as a gift to a nurse named Donna in Hartford, Connecticut.
And here is Lorraine Warren holding the doll for the press without welding gloves. You'll see now Annabelle has to be carried with these special welding gloves that crosses are embroidered into the gloves, and then Michael Archangel and other angel medals are put into the fingertips of these gloves, and then you have to drench your hands in holy water before you put the gloves on. How did they scientifically come up with that way of handling the doll when Lorraine Warren here is holding the doll without gloves? God, and people don't spot this stupid shit.
Long after she and her roommate Angie started noticing creepy things happening in their apartment.
A nurse had received the doll, 1971, as a present. They're talking to the doll, and the arms of the doll are on the chair like this. Suddenly they went up and onto the table.
The doll would move around and show in different rooms by itself. Sometimes it would change position. Sometimes it would cross its legs when nobody touched it. And then one day they came home and found a note that said, "Help me," written across it. It was scribbled on parchment paper with crayons scattered across the floor. And then they also, after that, saw the doll move in front of them.
Right, all right. And they're saying, to this day, this Annabelle doll is affecting people, etc. But we don't see any video or physical evidence of any of that taking place. But we're willing to believe in stories now. Listen. See this doll here? I took this doll out of a suitcase a couple of months ago, and I built this case. I don't believe in Annabelle doll, but I just thought it was, it's kind of part of paranormal history. Now, I might as well have one for a bit of a laugh. Not long after that, I ended up in the hospital twice, and I ended up in the doctor's 3 times. I now have high blood pressure, and I have to go on medication and stuff. It happened shortly after I took this doll out of the suitcase. Is this doll responsible for my illness? No, it isn't. It's not.
After the first seance, things would happen in their
You see how stories can be made up? I just made up a story there. Somebody in the comments could say, well, how do you know that the doll isn't responsible for your illness when you were fine before you took the doll out of the case? It's a Raggedy Ann doll. It's not haunted.
House. What we refer to as infestation. There'd be knocking sounds. They'd see flashing lights in their bedroom at night. The bed would shake a little bit. It would get icy cold. They'd hear whispering, which we call magic whispering.
Donna and Angie ended up taking it to a medium who said the doll had the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle inside of it.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They took it to a medium. Fucking hell. We're supposed to believe what the medium says. Okay, all right.
The woman held a seance, and she said there's a spirit of a 6-year-old girl in that doll who was killed in an automobile accident just outside of your apartment house here.
So they were like, oh, let's take after this doll, because they really thought it was a girl named Annabelle that had attached itself to the doll, and they actually welcomed it. They're like, yeah, sure, you can stay in the doll.
They would take it for rides. They'd talk to it. Mm-hmm. They'd buy clothing for it, jewelry. They treated it just as though it was that little girl who was killed, Annabelle.
One thing I want to point out was just completely off the subject. Ed Warren was a painter, and this is one of his paintings, which is actually pretty cool. He would do paintings which were called barn door paintings, which was basically oil paintings on wood, and there's some still left in his house, and they're pretty cool.
Well, when Angie's fiance Lou came over one night, he woke up in a cold sweat after a terrifying nightmare where the doll crept into their room and started slowly crawling up his body. Lou was also horrified to find
3 scratches. 4 long scratches, right. 4 long scratches. Ed is going to say that he got scratched in the throat. Now, there's a bit of redness up here, but this is right here. Very convenient place for you to scratch yourself, if you know what I'm saying. When you have, your thumb and 4 fingers. Annabelle doesn't have any fingers. She has a thumb and a round squishy thing. When you hear Ed saying that he got scratched in the throat, that's not his throat, that's here. It's here. Very convenient way you could scratch yourself. Oh my God. We have to think logically here, folks.
scratches appear across his body.
But one of the fiancés of one of the girls was against all of this. He said, burn the doll, throw it away, get rid of it. It's evil. Well, he falls asleep one afternoon, and the doll is in a chair not far from him. He wakes up with a start. He said, my God, what a nightmare. He said, I dreamt that that doll was strangling me. He had marks on his throat.
Really? He had marks on his throat. He had marks on his throat. Is this his throat? Oh.
Up his body. Lou was also horrified to find
Is that his throat? You tell me.
4 long scratches appear across his body.
Oh.
But one of the fiancés of one of the girls was against all of this. He said, burn the doll, throw it away, get rid of it. It's evil. Well, he falls asleep one afternoon, and the doll is in a chair not far from him. He wakes up with a start. He said, my God, what a nightmare. He said, I dreamt that that doll was strangling me. He had marks on his throat.
He went to
God. Can't believe you brought up the evidence in this video. And you're debunking them, and you're not looking at what you're fucking producing here. The video that you're making right now is debunking what has been said.
To where Annabelle was sitting and violently chucked her across the room. Then he went off on the doll and was trash talking it. Which, I mean...
Bitch. 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 Watch what happens.
And it was not a smart decision.
The blood came right through his shirt. The nurses witnessed this.
The blood went right. Those scratches didn't produce blood. Are you talking about a different scratch? Because the scratch that was showing there wasn't a scratch on his throat that was right here. And that didn't draw blood. But Edge, sometimes when he used to tell these stories, there's a umpteen different alterations to the story. They're never completely straight.
Then, a huge chair rolled across the room. Pictures on the walls came off, started smashing and breaking. Loud pounding sounds. Now they were all frightened.
A priest got involved and told them to contact Ed and Lorraine Warren, and that's when the Warrens met the doll and was like, that
is a great opportunity to make a movie.
Not in a friendly spirit. That's not the spirit of a young girl that died nearby. That is a demon that is possessing the doll, pretending to be this Annabelle girl.
There was another interview where Ed says that demons can't possess objects. Oh, God. This is fucking ridiculous.
This was a demon who was posing as that little child to create sympathy to these two young women.
So
you can't beat Desmond the Demon to come in and make people money.
They took Annabelle and they took it to their museum and they sealed it up in that infamous glass box that you see. There's pictures everywhere and it literally says positively do not touch, because people that have touched the case itself, have gone home, gotten in car accidents, have had mysterious illnesses.
No. There is no physical evidence that any of that ever took place. And she's going to get into this motorcycle accident in a second, and she could have fucking looked it up. Easy enough. It was an easy enough debunk.
You're also not supposed to take pictures of the doll, because then, again, it said that she'll come after you. In fact,
hold on a second. Say cheese, bitch. There we go. Watch what happens.
In fact, there's a story of Ed and Lorraine transporting the doll from the nurse's home to their museum, and they got into a car crash doing so and got injured. So this...
Not what I heard. That's fucking weird, because the story I was told was that they were driving home and the doll was causing the car to swerve and was moving in the backseat of the car, and Ed took out a bottle of holy water and squirted all over the back of the car, and then they were fine and they drove home safely. Oh my God. See these fucking stories, there's so many different versions.
Doll is no joke. Yet
it is. It's a complete and utter fucking money maker. That's all it is. And anybody that believes that is haunted is just a... Never mind.
There's a group of people out there that are profiting off of the doll, and so they are taking her on tour right now to like different places across the U.S. We'll get to that in a second, because one of the handlers responsible for Annabelle the doll actually passed away during...
Don't do this. Don't be a fucking idiot now. This pisses me off.
During this tour. First, let's talk about another story involving Annabelle. This story was covered in one of their books called The Demonologists. One of the creepiest stories involves a priest who got a little too confident for his own good. Before they sealed the doll inside her glass case, Annabelle was just sitting on a...
Oh, this picture. I have this picture. I thought it was done by an artist. I didn't realize there was copies of it. I've got this picture somewhere. I wonder what the story is behind this picture. It's probably bullshit too.
Stool in the Warrens' basement. One day a priest came over to visit Ed. At some point he picked up Annabelle, looked at her, and just threw the thing to the ground.
I brought him into the museum. It's in a chair. He looks at it, picked it up and threw it right across the room. God is more powerful than a devil. I said, yes, Father. God is more powerful than millions of devils. But he wasn't. He found that out.
Not long after that, he got in a bad car accident. His car was brand new and was completely totaled.
It sucks. Bad driving sucks. It's a logical explanation.
Less than an hour later, driving home on Route 84, his brand new car went out of control. I know what he's talking about. You can't control the car. Half of his car was sheared off by a tractor-trailer truck. He should have been killed.
Coincidence? I think not. You do something dirty to the doll, you annoy her, it's gonna do the same thing right back at you. During the...
Do you mean to tell me you believe this shit and you're willing to scare the shit out of your viewers with this fucking nonsense when you didn't do the research? This is the thing about the paranormal YouTube now. People are just too fucking lazy to do a little bit of fucking research, and are more than happy to put the scary fucking team out there because it makes money. And you named this video that you done right here, The Conjuring House, or something to do with Matt Rife buying the Conjuring House, or Matt Rife gets karma from the Conjuring House. Ed and Lorraine's Warren's house is not the Conjuring House. It's a completely different house. And I know why you put the Conjuring House in the title of the video, is because recently a new Conjuring film came out, and you wanted to put the name in the title of the video so you could muster up some extra views, even though that's completely and utterly misinformation that you're putting out to your viewers.
At the time the Warrens were running tours of their occult museum right out of their house, strange stuff was known to happen. One story that still gets passed around is about a guy who just didn't take Annabelle seriously.
You just says stories that have been passed around. Do you know what happens when stories are passed around? It starts off with the story, and then is passed around a line of people. By the time it gets to the 20th or 30th person, the story's completely changed. Humans are very bad at a very bad witness a lot of the time, especially when it is passing on stories. They end up hearing what they want to hear, and they add that to the story. So the story ends up completely changed when it goes through a big pile of people.
On tour, he started banging on the glass case, taunting her and saying stuff like, "If you're real, put a scratch on me." On the way home, the man and his girlfriend that he was there with actually got into a motorcycle accident. They were riding on the motorcycle when a car hit them, and the man died. Now,
I can't believe you said that with a straight face on you. Just shows you're not doing fucking research. I didn't do the research, I got the research from somebody else. But, you know, at least I was willing to go and find it. Do you know where that supposed motorcycle accident was supposed to happen? On a road that wasn't available to the public until something like 2 years later. The road didn't exist to the public at the time of the accident, and actually somebody had contacted the police to find out if there was accidents in that area on that day, and there is no report of a motorcycle accident. You see, this is bullshit. You see, if you don't do your research, you make an ass of yourself. Well done.
the girlfriend did survive, but she had serious injuries. And this was right after taunting the Annabelle doll and touching the glass case, which you're not supposed to do.
That must have been the most paranormal thing ever, when a motorcycle accident happened on a road that didn't exist until 2 years later. It's fucking unreal.
Over to the Raggedy Ann doll, which is in a case, knocking on it, said, this doll can't do anything. I dare it right now to put slashes on me. I put him out of the building. Less than 3 hours later, that boy was dead. His girlfriend, who had been with him on a motorcycle, said he was laughing about the doll, smashed into a tree, head on, was killed instantly.
Now, obviously, Annabelle has been blamed for bad luck over the years. Now, let's...
How many people have got into car accidents after buying a loaf of bread in Tesco's? Or Walmart, whatever the American equivalent is. Do you know where I'm coming from there? Loads of people get into car accidents after coming back from any brand of supermarket or shopping centre. Does that mean that the shopping centre or the supermarket's haunted? No, it doesn't.
Let's talk about Dan Rivera.
No, don't do this. Don't be stupid now. Don't come out with this stupid shit. This is fucked up. Dan, Annabelle was not responsible for Dan's death. Don't be an ass.
Was the man responsible of looking after Annabelle. Dan Rivera, one of the investigators who worked with the New England Society for Psychic Research. This is the group that took over after Ed and Lorraine Warren sadly passed away. Well, he actually died while on tour with Annabelle. He was part of their Devils on the Run tour, and during a stop in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, he was found in his hotel room at just 54 years old. As of now, there is no reason for his death.
There is. You're about to tell us. Why are you saying this when you're about to tell us?
He just passed away. So now, obviously, people jump to the fact that he was handling Annabelle the doll. Like, clearly, it caught up to him. And it's crazy because Lorraine Warren even warned people, do not move this doll. She's not a joke. She's not...
The doll isn't haunted. Stop. Don't. Stop this. This is stupid.
A tourist attraction. And so what are they doing? They're taking her out of the museum, which is like protecting of it, keeping her in...
Can you answer me? What is the museum protecting exactly? How is it containing these demons? With prayers and holy water? No. Stop. It's not haunted. It's not. Stop.
In the glass case, but showing her off, bringing her around, bringing this malevolent spirit around.
In a wooden box that looks like a rabbit hutch. That makes perfect sense. Jesus Christ. Why has society got this stupid? Can somebody explain this to me? You know, we've advanced as a society with technology, but the technology is making us all stupid for some reason. When people come out with stupid shit like this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, obviously something bad is going to happen.
This is...
Ah, God. Obviously something bad is going to happen. Fuck. This is giving me a fucking headache.
The worst thing in here. I'm not gonna stare at it. So you can.
Well, you're not going to stare at her, but you're well willing to hold it in your hand for a photograph of the newspaper. What's changed? Gee Mac. This is dumb.
The picture, but I'm not going to stare at it. That has done bad harm on a lot of people.
So the coroner's report came out, and it was said that Dan had died of natural causes, and apparently he was having heart issues, but still it was considered...
Case closed. Don't need to say any more. He had heart issues. You don't have to say anymore. Stop speculating, because that makes an ass of yourself.
natural causes, which is very freaky. Now here's the thing. Matt Rife doesn't just own Annabelle, right?
He doesn't own Annabelle. Did you not read the Instagram that you brought up in the fucking video at the beginning? He's the legal guardian of the Annabelle doll and the contents of the museum. He owns the museum, but he is only a legal guardian of the items for 5 years. Can you not fucking read the article that you brought up in the fucking video? Why are we doing stupid shit?
Owns the entire museum, which there's a lot of cursed and scary objects there.
What the fuck is this? This looks like it came from Party City. This looks like it came from a gardening centre. Some of these things I've seen in an antique store a couple of weeks ago. It just looks like stuff that came from Goodwill, or charity shop, or jumble sale, or a garage sale. And funny enough, there's over 750 items here, and we get very, very little about the stories of these items. The scary paranormal stories. Do you think Matt Wright and Elton Cassidy's going to give us all the stories to these items? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Do you know why? Nespa is still hanging around the house. I know they're putting big, massive gates around the house to protect the house, but they're not keeping Tony out or any of the other guys. So they're going to stay on the right side of those guys. You know, they come out with bullshit. You know, is Matt Wright Rife and Elton Cassidy going to fucking debunk them? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I've done series talking about, you know, the scary artifacts that Ed and Lorraine Warren have in their possession, and some that they are truly terrified to even go near. There's a clip of Ed when he was giving a tour of the museum saying that he doesn't even go to the basement at night because that's when it's most active and that's when really scary paranormal stuff happens.
This is not a bill.
This doesn't make any sense. If you're that scared of items, why would you have them anywhere near your house? Oh, God. None of this makes sense, logically. But people aren't using logic sense nowadays. If you were that terrified of items, you wouldn't have them anywhere near your fucking house.
Building that you should be in after 9 o'clock at night.
It's not a place you'd...
After 9. The demon shift is from 9 p.m. to 9 in the morning. After that, outside of those hours, it's fine to go in there. They're asleep. They're off duty. After 9 o'clock, they're on the job. You have to stay out of there. How the fuck does that make sense?
Stay at night. It's not a place you'd want to stay for any length of time.
So imagine, they've been in the paranormal scene for so long. They've dealt with visions and demons and exorcisms. Here comes Matt Rife, who can't say he's ever done an exorcism in his life. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I don't think he has. And
I reckon behind closed doors, Matt Rife and Elton Cassidy have been playing catch with Annabelle. They're throwing it over and back with each other to see who would drop it first. And nothing has happened to them.
And he's responsible for this? Are we doomed or are we doomed? Especially when...
We are absolutely doomed. Not for the reasons that you might think. We're doomed as a society if we're this stupid to believe this shite. You're saying this with a straight face, and it's giving me a fucking headache. The amount of stupidity that's coming out of your mouth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm harsh. But I'm trying to stand up for the paranormal here. Because the paranormal has turned into a joke. And I don't fucking like it. This is a load of old shit. Stop. And stop scaring your viewers with nonsense. Please, I beg you.
And Ed was literally like, I'm scared. I don't come here at night. That's crazy to me.
And you believe them.
Okay. Many of the objects in this room here have had dire effects on people. People have
diarrhea.
Been maimed, have been killed. People have wound up in mental institutions because of many of the things that are right in this building here.
Okay,
Oh, God. I think, if you... Oh. No, I can't say it. I'll end up being cancelled. But you know where I'm going with this. Fucking hell.
I'm going to actually insert clips from the Ed and Lorraine Warren case files where they have talked about their museum and about cursed things in their museum. Again, some are from real cases that they've worked on. Others were sent to them because people around the world didn't know how to handle these cursed haunted objects. And Ed and Lorraine Warren, years of experience, knew how to keep the evil energy at bay.
These things
you don't say. Do you notice everything here is a story? Please stop. Are you meant to tell me that this lion skin or tiger skin is haunted too? Come on now. I wonder what the story is with that. It's a tiger's head and the skin. You know this kind of rug thing with the tiger's head? What's haunting that? Somebody please fucking tell me. There's a lot of information that's not even available for these items. I reckon they went to car boot sales.
You see on shelves have been taken from England, from Europe, haunted castles, haunted areas that we had gone into. It's a human skull you see over there with the satanic pentagram on. No, the bottom one, Tony.
Right here.
That's it. That was a skull that was stolen, a human skull. Fortunately, we don't know where, but Satanists used it for their black magic rituals.
But you don't know where it came from. That makes perfect fucking sense.
The shadow doll is one that comes to you in your dreams, in a nightmare, and actually can cause a heart attack.
Story goes that
Some kid in art class possibly made it from paper mache. Looks like some kid's art project.
2 doll collectors bought this haunted doll cheap from a dealer, thinking that they had scored a rare piece. But on the first night that they had it, both of them woke up with scratches all over their body. The next night was even worse.
I can explain the scratches all over their body. Rough sex? I'm just trying to be logical here. Fuck's sake. There's stories.
They had the exact same nightmare. They woke up and they both found deeper claw marks on their skin. That's
Even rougher sex.
when they went to Ed and Lorraine Warren, and they warned them that this doll was a vessel for something very dangerous.
A young couple bought it from an antique store, and they...
Did they tell Ed and Lorraine Warren that they were having pretty rough sex? Possibly. This is fucking ridiculous. These are all stories that are not backed up by anything. So I can't take any of it seriously.
They thought it was, just an antique, but then we found out that there were animal parts and bird parts and even some human bones in there. What would happen is that a black magician would take a picture of the doll, send it to the couple or person that they wanted to perform some kind of black magic against. Yeah. They'd see this, and it's what we call a diabolical curse that can come to these people in their dreams.
According to Ed, this doll had the power to attack people in their sleep, and in his own words, it was known to stop people's hearts while trapped in the nightmares it conjured.
And that's coming from Ed, the king of Trust Me Bro.
This doll would appear in people's dreams and literally give you a heart attack, and that is how you would. Then we have the satanic idol. In 1991, a hunter in Sandy Hook, Connecticut came across this weird wooden idol sitting out in the woods. The guy was going to inspect the thing, but just then, out of the corner of his eye, he suddenly spotted an old man in a black cloak. The cloaked man didn't say a word. He was just standing there staring. Getting some understandably bad vibes, the hunter decided to get the hell out of there. He eventually called in the Warrens, who followed him back to the spot in the woods to investigate. The idol was still there, and the Warrens confirmed that it had been used in satanic rituals. So they
It looks like a weird sex doll. Sorry.
Decided to take the idol back to their museum, but within the following days, really scary stuff began to happen.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Really scary things happened after that. When you hear this shit.
One day soon after we got it, was thrown 25 feet through the air. She was in a catatonic state for 3 days.
Yeah, that you better not elaborate on that story, Ed, to be honest with you, when you've been known to... I'm not going to go any further with that for legal reasons, if you know what I mean. But there's been allegations, if you know what I'm saying. Logical things. Not paranormal things. Do you catch my drift here?
So this group was extremely powerful.
Doctors had no idea what was going on, but Ed believed it was a direct attack from the cloaked figure, the so-called satanic priest, sending them a warning not to mess with the idol. Like, who's gonna help Matt if one day he just wakes up curled in a ball on the driveway, right?
He'd be fine. Don't worry about it. Are you really taking this shit serious? I'm starting to get worried for you. I really am. I'm really concerned that you believe all this shit.
Crazy! What if these items start going missing or something like that? And
she'd be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all a load of bollocks. Don't worry about it.
And the whole world gets cursed. Anyway.
The whole... now, come on now. This lady has over 200,000 subscribers. And I have less than 3 since 2017. And I try to tell the truth. Guess what's winning in the paranormal? The bullshit. The lies. The scary stories. Which is all bollocks. That's what's winning. The truth's not winning. Nobody gives 2 fucks about the truth. They'd rather watch this shit.
We also have the haunted piano, which this is a more lesser known artifact that the Warrens had. According to Ed, it had a bad habit of playing itself. He'd be sitting in another part of the house and suddenly he would hear music drifting through the room. But every single
Wonder was the music nice? Just asking.
time he'd go check, the piano would stop dead silent. That's really creepy. I'm sorry, that's so creepy.
It is, it's so creepy. It's so creepy.
I can't take this.
But that's coming from the king of trust me, bro. It's creepy.
Ed, they got the piano from the home of a priest who'd passed away. Eventually, Ed decided enough is enough and brought in another priest to regularly bless the museum. After that,
It's probably the spirit of the other priest wanting to play his music. Leave him alone.
the music stopped, though Ed claimed it took ongoing blessings every couple of months to keep the activity down. Now, that one is probably not as evil. They just knew that there was some sort of spirit attached to that piano. But that being said, one of the things that the Warrens do is I think it's every month or so, they would have somebody come in and
dressed like a priest, allegedly,
bless the museum, right, to keep things at bay. And I'm pretty sure that the Warrens' son-in-law, Tony Spira...
Oh, Christ.
You fucking stupid.
You're going to believe Tony Sparrow now? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, God. Fucking Tony really loves talking about demons. He's another king of trust me, bro.
He still has people come in and do that. Hopefully Matt does that as well.
Can't destroy an evil spirit, so we keep it captive in the case by doing ritualistic prayers around it.
I'm kind of retarded.
By Catholic priests.
We also have the Pearls of Death. This is another piece that's in the Warrens Museum. I've talked about it before. It literally just looks like a regular necklace. But according to the Warrens, when a woman put the pearls around her neck, she immediately felt like she was being strangled. It got so bad that people nearly had to rip the necklace off of her so that she can breathe again.
And then they made a film about it. That looks like a still from a film. They're making fucking loads of bank from this. You know, they're saying, oh, they're scared of the demons. They're making bank from being scared of the demons. That's a red flag in itself.
Tony Spira, who ran the museum for a time, explained that cursed objects could be anything. A bracelet, a necklace, a toy, just like...
Yeah, he's the king of trust me, bro. He's full of shit.
A priest can bless a cross or a relic. Someone practicing dark rituals can do the opposite and pour negative energy into an object. So
yeah, but the thing is, he comes out with this stuff and he doesn't have anything physically or scientifically to back any of the shite up that he talks about. So why should you believe him? Can you answer me that, please?
Their house is filled with random things like, yes,
from charity shops and car boot sales, allegedly. And just, they make up stories. And there's 750 items, and we haven't heard half the stories yet. But Jesus, we're going to hear the stories now when Matt and Elton Cassie are on board, and Nespa is right up there with them. They're going to market that house. They're going to make money. That's all this is all about. It's about making money. Add all the shit together. Films, the house being up for sale. They're marketing it now as a haunted house. It was never reported haunted. This is a load of old shit. Think about it, lady. Think about it. It's all about money. If you want to look for fraud and fakery, follow the money trail, and you'll find the truth. And the truth will set you free.
Things like dolls, mirrors, weapons, skulls, even skulls. But then it's like the more innocent things, which you think like, oh, let me try this on and see if it actually is cursed. I wouldn't actually do that. But like...
Oh dear. Just people believe any old shite now, don't they?
Necklaces, bracelets, earrings, like anything can become cursed if you put a negative spell or intention onto it.
You have to be extremely careful in how you treat these things. Certain prayers, you don't for picking them up, you don't have your aura mingle with the aura of these things unless it's positively necessary, and even I don't.
And those are just a few items. Like I said, there's literally hundreds of items in his collection that...
How many? It's easy to look it up. It's over 750. Wasn't that hard to find out? You didn't look into this very much, did you?
Should not be messed with. And honestly, out of probability, something scary is probably going to happen to Matt Rife because...
there's going to be fuck all that's going to happen. They're going to make out that something happens to market their house. You can guarantee that something scary is going to happen in that house, but it's going to be fabricated by Matt and Elton. Because they want to market this house as a haunted house, because they want to get customers. Think about it. You know it makes sense.
I mean, the Warrens lived there for how many years and stuff?
And nothing happened in the house.
Happened to them on the daily? Come on,
no,
man.
Nothing happened to them in the house. As far as I know. And all of a sudden this house is the most haunted house in the world? Come on now. And you're willing to believe everything that they say? You seriously, it doesn't matter about the evidence. Fuck the evidence. You know, as long as it's entertaining, people are going to swallow this shit up. Once you come out with logical evidence, they accuse you of fucking spoiling the party. But unfortunately, some of us are serious about the paranormal, and this stuff just fucking boils our piss. I'm sorry.
Now, have you seen The Conjuring where Judy Warren, their daughter, was chilling at the house and the door would open and like call her into the basement? Dude,
it was a fictional movie! For fuck's sake! Most of the things that happen in these movies did not take place. Fuck's sake.
is just asking to get cursed, okay?
Please grow a fucking brain. Movies are fiction, lady. Fuck's sake. Stop talking shite.
And honestly, I've been reading a lot of comments, and people are just saying, like, this is a joke, this is an insult to the Warrens who, you know, spent their years trying to protect society, and it's just a comedian who's got a lot of money comes in and is like, I am gonna buy that, you know?
I hope you read my comment. I know it's a bit of a book, as people would say, because nobody wants to read any more than a couple of lines, but read my comment. And let it sink in. The truth will set you free.
It seems a little off. I'm more so scared of, like, what is he gonna accidentally release into...
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because there's nothing haunted in that house. There's nothing scientifically that... There's nothing scientific that... There's no scientific proof that any of the items inside that house is haunted. There is no physical evidence that any of that stuff has ever done anything to people. Yeah. There's no proof. You need proof. You need evidence. Why do people don't want the evidence anymore? They just want a scary story and they want to believe it. Believing in something doesn't make it true. It needs to be backed up with evidence, but people are bypassing the fact that there's no evidence to these stories. And in fact, the stories, every time they're told, there's a different version of the story. They can't keep their fucking story. They couldn't keep their story straight when they told it. They told different versions of the same story. It's not hard to look up, lady, for fuck's sake.
To the universe. So, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts.
Don't think. If this is going to, if you're going to come out with stuff with this, you're better off just not thinking at all. Just think about something else, please. Oh God. There's her links anyway. You know, if you want to watch some of the other videos, I mean, like I've commentated on her video. I'm going to give her the privilege of, you know, she's on fucking TikTok. What are you putting on TikTok, lady? For God's sake, stop putting out misinformation, because I'm going to call you out. Jesus. These people that come out with this shite, they become a success on YouTube, and people that are telling the truth fail. It's fucking ridiculous, and it's fucking disheartening, to be honest with you. When people like us try our best to try to get the proof out there and try to make people, you know, to take away some of the fear around bullshit. You know? Don't get me wrong, in 2016 I fell for a lot of bullshit too, but when you go out paranormal investigating and that, you soon, when you're in the situation rather than viewing other people's stuff, you start to learn a few truths. That things aren't as quite as what they are on YouTube. The truth is can be a way more boring. When something does happen, which is very, very rarely, it's very exciting. But it doesn't happen every Saturday night when you have time to go out and ghost hunt in an abandoned place for 3 hours. Doesn't happen like that.
Comments below. Are you nervous? Because I'm
No.
a little nervous. Okay.
Well, don't be nervous. I'm nervous for you because you come out with a load of stupid shit here, and you seem to have fallen for all this. That's what makes me nervous. And if that's the way society is going, I want nothing to do with it. I want to go and live in the woods away from people. If this is the way society is turning, that's scary in itself. You know, people are more scary than the paranormal these days. Anyway, this is a bit of a different video, but I just thought this is an example of what the paranormal is on YouTube now. And it's kind of dying. The paranormal's kind of on a slow death. Maybe when it's reborn, we won't have this bullshit. But I won't hold my breath on that one. Anyway, another video coming out soon. And when I get it edited and stuff, it may have gone out before this video or after, whatever. But talk to you soon. Let me know what you think. Or was I too harsh on this woman? You know, don't like calling people names, and I hope I haven't, and if I have, I'm really sorry. But it pisses me off when people put out misinformation and they just believe in any old crap without looking at things in a logical kind of way. And they're just willing to just fucking go with stories and believe them. Because Ed and Lorraine Warren were famous people. Famous people lied through. I'm just saying. See you next time.